This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
I'm Roby Brock. Welcome to the program. I am joined by Gary Norcross. He's the president and CEO of FIS, and it's one of the largest financial services companies in the world. We are pleased to have you with us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. It's great to see you.
FIS is located in Jacksonville, but there's a huge presence here in Arkansas.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of ties that we're going to talk about with Arkansas. But talk about the Arkansas connection, not only for the company, but for you as well.
Well, FIS, as you mentioned, we're the largest FinTech provider in the world today. We do over $9.5 billion in revenue. We service more than 20,000 clients, operate in 110 countries, and our roots trace back to Little Rock, Arkansas. We're very fond of the fact that we were founded here in 1968. My personal roots date back to the state as well. My brother's a fourth-generation farmer in the Northeast in the booming metropolis of Toronto, Arkansas.
Right.
And so I went to the University of Arkansas and worked here for a number of years with the company in the state. So we've got a lot of ties back to this great state.
Systematics, Alltel Information Services, AIS, FIS. Is that a little bit of the...
That's a little bit of the string, but there's a few more that were intermingled in there, but exactly right. There's been a series of combinations over the years, but we do trace back to the founding of Systematics here in 1968.
Tell folks a little bit. I know what FIS does. Well, I know some of what FIS does, but kind of give me the 10,000-foot elevation what FIS does.
If you think about financial services, we're predominantly focused on empowering financial institutions to serve their end customers. So think about what that means. You need account processing, whether deposits or loans. You need a full range of payment offerings. As you move outside of what we would consider retail banking and move into the business side of banking and the commercial side, you need a whole host of corporate treasury solutions, institutional wholesale, global trading platforms. All of those comprise more than 500 products and services that we offer around the world today.
All right, let's talk about your participation. You're the huge underwriter of the Venture Center's FinTech Accelerator Program here in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is where financial technology startups are coming to incubate, basically.
Yeah, excellent.
It makes sense why you guys would want to invest in this, but tell me what goes on at the Accelerator Program? What are these folks doing through the course of this program?
So look, if you back up, Roby, you look at what's going on in financial services, nobody would argue we're seeing the most transformation we've seen in the history of this industry. Millennials are now the predominant consumer of financial services that are the largest workforce in the industry, and that's pushing us in very unique ways. And so the reason why we decided to partner with the Venture Center is, one, because of our proud roots back to the state, but even as large as FIS is, we can't do it all. You know, so while we're innovating, we're going to invest more than $1 billion this year in our existing products and services. How do you incubate these startups looking 5 and 10 years down the road of where financial services might evolve? So it's important for us to have this partnership to bring in these companies, hopefully bringing jobs back to the state, which is very important for us as well, but also getting technology that's going to help move the industry forward 5, 10 years down the road. And so what we'll do is bring them into a program. They'll get excessive opportunities to meet with executives in FIS, also other business leaders to help mentor them on their business plans, build out their product roadmaps, and help them really get their business off the ground.
Throw me an example or two, illustration or two of just, some of the companies that you've seen that maybe from last year's program, this year's program that you think, hey, that's a great idea.
It's interesting. When I look, as you mentioned, this is our second accelerator that we've launched in the state, and we had phenomenal success last year. I don't know how much you look at these, but if you get 1 or 2 companies moving forward out of this process, that's pretty significant. Last year, we had almost 50% move to the next round of funding, which is very unique. We're seeing a lot of interesting things around big data. Seeing a lot of interesting things about leveraging artificial intelligence, machine learning, some interesting things around payments. We had a couple of the startups focused on asset management and trading, and all of these things we think will be appropriate for the future.
Why Little Rock, Arkansas? Why not Silicon Valley? Why not New York? Why not London? Someplace that's, why not Jacksonville, Florida?
Well, you know, it's interesting. We have an innovation lab in Silicon Valley, and we host our clients out there, and we brainstorm around the art of the possible. I think it really goes back to, we started in this state. We're very proud of our heritage in this state. Frankly, we've been in partnership with the governor's office to work and bring this kind of innovation. Little Rock in Arkansas has a proud history of technology innovation. Systematics was started here. A number of other very large companies, as you're aware of, started here. And it only made sense for us when we looked at moving to this next wave of innovation. So we can build internally, right? We can do our own investments in early stage startups. We can buy companies, which we've done a lot of this. But moving to the very first stage of really trying to get some of these ideas off the ground, it just made logical sense for us to place it here in the state where we were founded.
So you've done FinTech 1, FinTech 2. You're claiming some success from both of those?
Well, FinTech 1, FinTech 2's just started.
Just started there. Will there be a FinTech 3? Will you guys be a part of FinTech?
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll definitely do it. We look at these things long term. And so, you know, if you look, our company's been in existence since 1968. We've always led the industry in innovation and focused on driving innovation. This is something we've got a long-term commitment to. We're looking forward to the continued partnership with the Venture Center, with the state and the governor's office, and we're excited about what we're going to do here.
You know that's going to make the Venture Center's Lee Watson pretty happy to hear.
Well, you know, that's what we're here to do, right, is make Lee happy.
That's right. Gary Norcross, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Arkansas Electric Cooperative Corporation provides electric energy across 2/3 of Arkansas. This is an exciting time in our energy history, with incredible progress being made in renewable energy and storage technologies. As our energy portfolio continues to diversify, we'll maintain an all-the-above strategy to provide reliable and affordable electricity. Ever since the first light bulbs were placed in our members' homes, the electric cooperatives have been the solutions provider for our members, and we want to continue that well into the future.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America, moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.
I did.
And welcome back. We've been talking about our industry-specific microsites, which you can find at talkbusiness.net. We offer in-depth coverage of the manufacturing, healthcare, startup, tourism, energy, and finance sectors. With Gary Norcross's interview in the first block of the show, we thought it would be good to talk a little more about our finance microsite. We looked at startups yesterday. Our finance microsite is underwritten by Stephens Inc. Some recent coverage in the finance space includes interviews with Home Bancshares Chairman Johnny Allison and his recent trip to explore banking in Cuba. Senator Tom Cotton, who sits on the Senate Banking Committee, also talks about how he sees parts of the Dodd-Frank law being rolled back. If you've got news that's relevant to this space, or if you're looking for news relevant to this space, make sure you check it out. Scroll down to the bottom half of our homepage. You'll find our microsite feeds for all those categories that I just mentioned. That's all for today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. Until next time, take care.